Hey everyone, my name's Matthew. I'm editor-in-chief for Define Legends, and here's my favorite albums of 2025. Alright, so my number 10 spot goes to Earl Sweatshirt with his album Live, Laugh, Love. Rapper Earl Sweatshirt released his fifth solo album Live, Laugh, Love in August of 2025. The album showcases Earl's introspective writing, sense of humor, and great references that invite you into his world of family and fun. Alright, for my number 9 spot, I have Nas and DJ Premier with their album Light Years. In December of 2025, as part of the Legend Has It series of albums, legendary rapper Nas collaborated with legendary producer DJ Premier for one of the most anticipated albums in rap history. Light Years has 15 songs and only one feature from another legend in AZ, but with all the hype and anticipation for Light Years, it was very hard for it to live up to the hype. Personally, I really enjoyed Light Years and thought the beauty of it was in its simplicity, but other fans felt let down. Alright, my number 8 spot went to the Clipse with Let God Sort 'Em Out. 2025 was a comeback year for a lot of great rap legends, including the Clipse. The Clipse released Let God Sort 'Em Out, their first album in 15 years. Let God Sort 'Em Out was widely hailed as one of the best hip-hop albums of 2025 and possibly rap album of the year. For me, the first half of the album was incredible, but the second half of the album really brought down the quality. Still good enough for my number 8 spot. Alright, my number 7 favorite album of the year goes to Mobb Deep for Infinite. In October of 2025, as part of the Legend Has It series of albums, legendary rap duo Mobb Deep released her 9th studio album and first posthumous album titled Infinite. This is honestly one of the best posthumous releases I've ever heard. All the production was handled by Havoc of Mobb Deep or The Alchemist, who are both longtime collaborators with Prodigy. The verses from Prodigy sound like incomplete tracks or ideas that were unfinished, and it gives the album a real feel that Prodigy was involved in it, even though he passed away 8 years prior. Number 6 spot goes to Raekwon for The Emperor's New Clothes. In July of 2025, as part of the Legend Has a series of albums, legendary Wu-Tang Clan member Raekwon released his 8th studio album titled The Emperor's New Clothes. This solo album had all the feelings of Raekwon's most prized albums like Only Built for Cuban Links, and it might be in the top 3 albums in his discography. Alright, my number 5 pick is Larry June, 2 Chainz, and The Alchemist with Life is Beautiful. In January of 2025, Larry June, 2 Chainz, and The Alchemist released their collaboration album titled Life is Beautiful. Life is Beautiful brings two so-called lifestyle rappers together in Larry June and 2 Chainz for some boastful and inspiring raps over some of the best Alchemist production of the year. Alright, my number 4 spot goes to Billy Woods with Gollywog. New York rapper Billy Woods released his 9th studio album Gollywog in 2025. Gollywog might be Woods' darkest solo album yet, with a consistent horrorcore production soundscape, ominous lyrics, and ideas that reflect the darkest corners of the mind. Alright, my number 3 spot goes to De La Soul for Cabin in the Sky. Legendary hip-hop group De La Soul released their 9th studio album, first in almost a decade, and first posthumous album dedicated to their fallen member Dave Trugoy the Dove. Cabin in the Sky is a fun, upbeat, joyful, yet sad reflection on life, love, and legacy to some of the most colorful hip-hop production of the year. Cabin in the Sky was released as part of the Legend Has It series of albums in 2025 under Mass Appeal Records and showcases the true skill of the remaining members of De La Soul, with legendary features filling in the gaps left by their fallen member Dave. The album is Golden Age hip-hop at its best, revived in 2025. Alright, my number 2 spot goes to Arm & Hammer and The Alchemist for Mercy. New York rap duo Arm & Hammer released their second collaboration album with Los Angeles producer The Alchemist, titled Mercy in 2025. Mercy is a follow-up to their first collaboration album Haram, but Mercy feels more like 2 artists' worlds combining than their first collaboration in 2021. The production choices by The Alchemist on the second record feel much more like previous Arm & Hammer albums, with its low-key eclectic instrumentation that leaves room for the 2 rappers in Arm & Hammer, Billy Woods and Elucid, to showcase their writing abilities. Billy Woods and Elucid showcase some of their best rapping in years over this updated chemistry with The Alchemist. Alright, and my number 1 album of 2025 goes to Freddie Gibbs and The Alchemist with Alfredo 2. Indiana rapper Freddie Gibbs and Los Angeles producer The Alchemist deliver the sequel to their Grammy-nominated album Alfredo on Alfredo 2. Alfredo 2 is a longer, groovier brother of the first Alfredo. Instead of a concise, punchy 35-minute runtime on the first Alfredo, Alfredo 2 offers 48 minutes of smooth and exciting production for Freddie to rap and sing hooks over. Alfredo 2's production and vocals offer a combination I couldn't get enough of in 2025. My top 15 songs of the year are all on Alfredo 2, and I spent almost 50 hours listening to Alfredo 2, showing how much replay value I got out of this sequel. Much like the first Alfredo, Alfredo 2 will go down as a standout record for both Freddie Gibbs and Al's catalog, and it's my number one album of 2025. Thank you everyone, Happy New Year.